Hi and welcome everyone to our brand new webinar series called Your Customer's Journey. Our today's topic is time to value. So we're going to discuss how time to value influences your business bottom line and what role serverless infrastructures play in terms of reaching your business goals. My name is Philip.
And my name is Don.
And we work for a company called Kaboola that provides businesses big and small with end-to-end advanced analytics data management solution that sits in the cloud. Before we begin, a little bit of housekeeping. So the webinar is going to take not more than 30 minutes, and we ask you to provide us with questions. We're going to answer all of them and send you the replies all together with the webinar recording by the time we are finished. With that said, it's over to you, Don.
No worries. Thank you, Philip. Okay, let's start the presentation. Your Customer Journey, Episode 1, Time to Value. For this webinar, we'll be covering the following subjects: how serverless architecture can help accelerate your business and its time to market, allowing everyone to focus on the areas they were hired to add value, communicating successful ROIs to the growing advocates, and how challenging your team can create users of competitive data. We can break down time to value into 6 main areas: time to market, or importantly, speed to market, increased efficiency and learning, decreasing cost and waste, agile or flexibility, but all this should result in a better service. To truly excel in this process, you have to sort of adopt a DevOps or agile mindset, and this feels new. But this process has been around for a while, and in many industries, it's just more recently been accelerated. So what do we mean when we say time to market or speed to market? Traditional businesses deliver a solution to market once it's evolved, been tested, it believed to have been perfected, ready for the outside world. As you can imagine, this took a lot of time, resource, and money, and presumed you and the team had all the answers, and that the market was ready for it, and that things were not going to move forward very quickly. With serverless technology, you don't need to worry about the infrastructure or the capacity or about being an expert in every area of the business. Your requirements and needs are matched when you enter the market and scale as you do. Your learning curve and lack of skills are removed from the process. They become the responsibility of the people who are specializing in these areas. You only have to focus on how to properly plan, design, and develop your business. Now, this significantly shortens your time to market as you focus primarily on the success and the needs of your business. So this doesn't lead to a head in the sand sort of moment regarding all your day-to-day tasks. This allows you to absorb these lessons as you're working shoulder to shoulder with sort of experts, and as opposed to being self-taught in all the areas of your business, i.e. emailing, mass mailing, accounting, and things like that. This isn't limited to purely tech companies, but hardware and services. Work out what the market needs and then deliver it to them friction-free. We're all, living around examples of these businesses. Okay, efficiency and learning. The technology we use and surround ourselves with should support and advance our ideas, which is why I'd always advise you to work with businesses that support and match what you're trying to achieve. Serviceless technologies will only charge you for what you're using. So this is where your sort of margins come in, as it will track the rise and fall of your need, giving you a market advantage instead of having a large upfront overhead. The process we'll adopt allows you for faster sharing and understanding of your successes and failures in and amongst your team. So as you grow, your team will focus on improving your product and your customer experience, and that will accelerate accordingly. It's not a coincidence, and there are more than one reason for the increase in startups and new technologies. But businesses are using the advantages afforded them by specialists, building their ideas on the shoulders and advancement made by others. The very opposite of reinventing the wheel, in fact, finding the best wheels to suit their budget. So budget. What were fixed cost things in a business? Things like labor, rent, utilities. These are the costs that were independent of our output. As we see more and more businesses sort of removing the friction from the market, these become more variable costs. As the name implies, they vary with your output, allowing you to use what you need when you need it. Good examples of this in the industry are things like WeWork, and they offer a flexibility on your office and rental space. So as you scale, your space can scale with you, and so does the cost. Companies like Freelancer, who help provide you with a varied range of skill, so you don't have to bring that in-house and have that sitting around when you don't need it. Serverless cost reductions comes in the form that your fixed costs become flexible with your use and your demand. It also allows you to tap into a larger workforce without bringing all the resource in-house. So it's cut back on the original sort of upfront costs, but also the ongoing cost. So less waste. What are we wasting? Time and money are wasted, and they're wasted regularly as we get attached or too close to problems. When we're developing a new product, most of your needs will have already been sort of like considered or thought of. So you don't need to start problem solving the basics. They'll already be been developed. Examples of this are payment processing, task management, communication channels, and analytics. If they haven't, they'll probably be the focus of your next business. The function of serverless is to focus on your team and to develop the product as an independent component. These components can be effectively reused, reducing time and effort. More flexibility. All businesses need flexibility. We're all witness to people saying decision-making processes like trying to turn an oil tanker. Businesses need to pivot to survive, or to flexibility to survive. Startups do this more frequently across the whole of their business as they determine their market and which vertical to focus on. Larger to medium businesses do both, but they tend to more frequently tweak the product and the process due to the effects that sudden change has on the overall structure. So flexibility will allow you to change to match the needs of the market, sometimes even rethinking the way your business works. So change in a sort of a serverless business sort of becomes the focus of others. So as we're adapting all the minutiae and the sort of simple things like connectors to Facebook, which we'll regularly need focusing on, you can focus on highly productive changes within the business. And actually, the outcome of this is this removes the fear for change due to its effect. So by no longer fearing the effects of change might have on your business, minimizing the damage or the cost of change, it encourages the need to pivot in an evolving market. So how does this culminate in a better service? We've all sort of worked too close to the cold face or jumped in the deep end when we've seen problems arriving. Now, by preventing your time being diluted and maintaining your focus and others, your business can better serve your client. Your newly separated services are made more stable. This team of rock stars whose skills and knowledge top up your work, and top up or work with your own workers. So they work independently on your core business to deliver on your sort of aligned goals. And usually, if there's a problem, they'll know before you do. My advice when using any tech in a business: if you're not feeling the ROI it's being achieved, you need to move on. And most service solutions want to work with you because they're good at what they do and very rarely offer tie-ins. They understand the more you achieve and the more you achieve your goals, the more successful you'll be. If it's not working out, then you should part ways. Or what more frequently happens, and you'll discover this, is they want to work with you on the solution, as in your success is their objective. As mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, there was one main area I wanted to focus on, and then followed up by ROI, and I feel that this sort of carries on quite neatly. Sort of in the past, data has fallen on deaf ears, often being seen by those who understood it but couldn't do anything about it. Well, thankfully, times are changing as we're pushing sort of up-to-date info to more and more members of the team. So this is speeding up the return on our ROI as people are allowed to be quicker and more responsive to information. So where do you start with communicating sort of data successfully and sort of creating a team? It shouldn't really be difficult to start. I personally feel you should start on the quick wins, using your own data that you generate internally and making use of the sort of the low-hanging fruit and low-hanging wins that are available to you before bringing in external data sets and sort of embracing big data. Now, we all know that data wins arguments without fear or agenda. So promoting the use of this within individuals, it proves the value of using data and building a culture of a data-driven team. But firstly, you must have a business need. And for me, secondly, it must fulfill the criteria. So this image came up when I asked Google for inconvenient truths. So who am I to argue with that? Well, finally, developing a DevOps mindset or an agile mindset or a service mindset, depending on how you want to refer to it, is not an on-off switch and will need nurturing. And I put together a few points that I feel sort of will help you to challenge your team and create data use in a competitive data business. Firstly, moving away from data silos to a holistic view. Data silos showed a need for order and information, not an anti-data mindset. So this shouldn't be a difficult switch to sort of move from. It will require good processes and trust from your team, but obviously there's a reason they were stockpiling that information for their own use. And it was possibly because they felt that that wasn't available to them. Okay, the next is use the data you're producing and enrich it to deliver a positive client experience and reveal ideally unseen options. Next on the list, use your team. Have a look at your team and the tools you have at your disposal, and use their initiative and work out who in your team is data-driven and place these members within key roles. And then last but not means least, as you're bringing in new members of the team and sort of growing your business, make sure that the new members you bring in are aware that the business is data-driven and the benefits of it, and the benefits of a sharing culture. And finally, and for me, by no means leastly, all these efforts should result in moving the needle in your business area. There's no point in building huge data sets or reporting tools or spending time on sort of expensive resources if it doesn't have a direct effect on your business. That will either be growth, speed, or all the things we mentioned in the beginning. So for me, and the final message is, whatever you're doing, it should always move the needle in your business area. Well, thank you. That's everything from me. Over to you, Philip.
Wow, that's perfect. Thank you very much, Don. Thanks for sharing your experience. Thanks for your insights. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, dear audience, for staying with us and for your time and attention. Just to recap, so we're going to send you the webinar recording so you can have it, you can distribute it with your friends if you feel like it might be valuable for them. And also, we're going to answer all of your questions. Otherwise, if you feel like you want to get in touch regarding any of your data challenges, please feel free to do so. We're more than happy to speak with you. Cheers and see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.